Hello everyone, welcome back to the tutorial session of the programming fundamentals. Okay, before starting the today's lab session, can someone respond whether am I audible to you or not? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, okay, today I am going to do the lab session 8 called single dimensional arrays. Okay, before going to this one, do you have any questions regarding the previous lab session? That mean functions. Did you write the code for all the 6 questions? The first one is ask write a C program to receive 2 integers and return the multiplication aid of the function. Just you need to multiply the parameter and return that value. So here this one asks the write a C program to receive the integers and return their sum of squares aid of the function. Okay, that means whatever the 2 integer value, you have to multiply that integer value itself, and the second integer value also multiply itself. After that, get the summation of these 2 numbers. Okay, that means for an example, if the 2 numbers are, let's say 4 and 5, n1 is 4 and n2 is 5, then sum of square, you have to get the square. Square means 4 into 4. In the 5, sum of 5, 5 into 5. 4 into 4, you have to take the value, and 5 into 5 is 25. You have to take the summation. Okay, get the summation and value should be returned to the column. Okay, this is the sum of square. And the triangle area, try to see program to receive the base and height of a triangle and in the double type values and return its area end of the function. Okay, you have to use the base and height, the function parameter, base and height. You know the value is base into height divided by 2. It is half into base into height. Okay, base multiplied by height and divide by 2. Since these are double values, you can divide it by 2. If these are integer values, you have divided by 2.0. Okay, and return that value. And write C program to receive an integer value and return the factorial value end of the function. Okay, how to calculate the factorial? You know, suppose that user enter the value as 5, then how do you calculate the factorial value? 5 is equal 5 into 4 into 3 into 2, 3 into give me a minute. Factorial 5 is equal 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, did you write this code? Let's say we want to write the factorial value. How to write the factorial value? You can open the CLion IDE. And let's say new project, C executable. Okay, here you can write the function. It asks to write what you call factorial value. So function name as fact. You can use return type is int fact. You need to pass the parameter int number. Okay, then how to calculate the factorial value? If the number is 5, you have to multiply 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That means start from 1 multiply until the 5. If the number is 10, start from 1, multiply until 10. If the number is n, start from 1, multiply until n. So what you can do, you can simply use a for loop. Start from 1, int I equal 1, then I less than or equal that number, and I plus plus. So what you can do, you have to multiply this I value and put it to a variable. So here declare a variable, int, let's say fact. Initially it is 1. Initially factorial value is 1. Then you know the factorial value is existing factorial value is new factorial value is equal existing factorial value multiplied by that 1. After that multiplied by 2. Likewise, that means multiplied by I. Factorial value is equal existing factorial value multiplied by I. Okay, you can rewrite this one. If you want, you can rewrite it in a different way. Factorial multiply equal I. Factorial value is equal existing factorial value multiplied by I. That is also correct. If you want, you can write it in that way, or otherwise this way. Then once the for loop is finished, you have the factorial value in here. Then you can return that factorial value to the caller. Okay, you can return that factorial value. This is how you can write the function. Then what you can do in the main program, you can ask user to enter the value. Let's say printf, enter value. After that, you can take the scanf function, %d, and first declare a variable for that one. Let's say int n, and pass that value, and n. After that, you assign it to the here, then you can call the factorial value. Okay, you have to use the prototype. I copy here and paste the prototype here. Okay, now this is the prototype, and you may call fact. After that, pass that n value. Then it will return that factorial value. Therefore, you have to capture that return value in the main program. How to capture? You know it is an integer value. You have to declare an integer type variable. Let's say here int answer, ANS. Okay, then here you can type answer is equal to whatever the factorial value. Then you can print that value to the user. What is the factorial value? Printf %d factorial value /n here answer. This is the answer is with the factorial value. So now you can run this program. Enter value, let's say 5. Let's say factorial value is 120. That means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Here it does factorial 5. 5 is equal 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, 5 into 4 is 20. 20 into 3 is 60. 60 into 2 is 120. 120 into 1 is 120. Okay, so answer is 120. Okay, any questions up to here? Did you try this one? Write a C program to receive a number of terms and the return the Fibonacci series and aid of a function. That means user need to enter the term, and you have to, actually you cannot return, so it has to return the Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series mean it is a sequential of numbers. No, you know that Fibonacci numbers. Okay, that nth Fibonacci term is equal to the summation of the previous two Fibonacci terms. Okay, that means initial Fibonacci value is, you know, let's take 0th Fibonacci number is 0. First Fibonacci number is 1. Okay, and second and onwards you can calculate. Okay, second is 0 plus 1 is 1. Third, 1 plus 1 is 2. Fourth, 2 plus 1 is 3. Fifth, 3 plus 2 is 5. Sixth, 3 plus 5 is 8. Seventh, 5 plus 8 is 13. 8, 13 plus 8 is 21. Likewise, it goes on. So this is the term, and this is the Fibonacci value. Okay. Now what you have to do when user enter a particular term, for an example, if user enter the value as 5, you have to output 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. So it has to return the Fibonacci series. Okay, since you cannot return the Fibonacci series because you still don't know how to declare an array. Therefore, without returning, you can print the Fibonacci series here. Okay, how to print the Fibonacci series? What you can do is simply identify the input. Input is a number, term. If the input is 7, you have to print 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 13. If the input is 0, you have to output only 0. If the input is 1, you have to output only 1. Okay, now you know the Fibonacci series. So here you can write this one. Let's say I erase this one. So let's say write a function. Since I am going to print the Fibonacci series, here I put the return type as void. Void Fibo. Let's say function name is Fibo. And you need to pass the term. Okay, then what you have to do, you need to print the Fibonacci series. Okay, you know that when you come to this Fibonacci series, the 0th Fibonacci number you cannot calculate, and the first Fibonacci number also it cannot calculate. They have been defined. 0th Fibonacci number is 0, and the first Fibonacci number is 1, defined as 1. 0th one is 0, first one is 1. They have been already defined. Second and onwards, you can calculate. How to calculate? At the previous two terms. Therefore, you have to hard code the 0 and 1, and second and onwards, you can calculate. Okay, how to do this one? You have to find if this term equal 0. That means if you are asked to print the 0 Fibonacci number, you can print f 0. Then else, if term equal 1, then printf 0 space 1. Okay, then else. Else mean 2 and onwards. The else means sometimes it can be a minus value also. So minus value, you cannot calculate the Fibonacci. No, therefore at the start point, check the minus values. Term less than 0. Then what you can do, then you can print f invalid term. Okay, it is invalid term. So if it is invalid term, do you need to continue the rest of the code? No. If it is less than 0, no need to execute the rest of the code. Then what you can do, the rest of the code you can put inside the else part, or otherwise you can return from here. Just return, do not execute. If this is true, do not execute. If it is not true, then you can execute the rest of the codes. So what to do here? In the else part, that means 2 and onwards. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, in the else part, you know, it is 2 and onwards. Okay, so then you need to print the Fibonacci series from 2 and onwards. That means here. Okay, but when you are printing, the second is 1, 2, 3 likewise. So first 0 and 1 you need to print. After that, second and onwards, you can write the for loop or while loop. Okay, how to do this one? You can put this one. These are the initial values. Print this one. After that, you can write a for loop. For int I start from 2 and I less than or equal term until the term. What you can do, you can use I++ and print the values one by one. Okay, how to print the value? 2 and onwards. Okay, you know, when you are printing those values, first you have to print this value. How to calculate this one? You have to calculate, you have to take the addition of previous 2. Okay, therefore you have to put the, you have to take the 2 variables, let's say A and B, and assign A as 0 and B as 1. Let's say this is A and this is B. So let's take this is C. Then C is equal A plus B. Okay, how to do this one? You have to declare before the for loop int A, B, and C. Okay, initially you know A is 0 and B is 1. So if I come to this one, initially A is 0 and B is 1. Okay, A is 0, B is 1. Therefore, you can put that value to the here. A is 0 and B is 1. Initially, A is 0 and B is 1. Then you don't know the C value. C value you have to calculate inside the for loop. When the I comes to the 2, when the I come to the 2, C is equal A plus B. C is equal A plus B. Okay, that means 0 plus 1. That means 1. Okay, now you have the C value. Now you can print that value. Printf %d and put a space for the next value and print the C. Okay, now when you go to the next iteration, that means when the I come to the second value, okay, initially you know that I value is here. Here is the I value. I value is, sorry, not I, this one. I value is this one. When the I is 2, the C value is A plus B. Okay, when the I is 3, when I come to the 3, C value should be previous to. Okay, that means C should, I will use a different color. When the I come to the here, C should come to this position and B should come to this position, A should come to this position. Okay, then how to write this program? Before going to the next iteration, you must use that A should come to the B position. Okay, that means A is equal B. Okay, and the B should come to the C position. That means B equals C. Okay, then after that you can go to the next iteration. That means I is when use I plus plus, it come to the I is 3. When I is 3, here you can see C is equal A plus B. Now C is equal A plus B. Now A is 1, B is 1, it is 2. Then you can print and again go to the next character, sorry, next iteration and print the values one by one. All the Fibonacci series can be printed in this way. Okay, now inside the main function, use the printf and ask user to enter the term. And scanf %d, declare a variable int term or something, then and term. Okay, then you can print the Fibonacci series, call the Fibo, and call the Fibo and pass the value term. That here term, you need to pass it here. Okay, and Fibo is give you a red color because the function name, that means prototype is not there. Therefore, you have to put the prototype. Okay, now you put the prototype. Okay, now you can run this program. Enter the term, let's say 5, 0, 1, 1. So let's print the Fibonacci numbers. Yeah, if it is 5, you have to print 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's run this one again. Let's say 7. Term is 7. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Likewise, if you press the 0, let's say term is 0, output is 0. They are the base conditions. When the term is 1, 0 and 1, let's try to print the minus values. Let's say minus 5, invalid term. Okay. Now we have wrote the function for the Fibonacci, write a C program to receive the number of term and return the Fibonacci series with the end of the function. Okay, now it has to return mean now if you want to return this series, for an example, if user enter 5, so this is the number series. Okay, you cannot see return a particular value using the return type called integer. Then you have to return an pointer of array object. Okay, so still you have not covered the arrays. I will do this one later. If you need to return this one to the main program, here just you print those values through the function. If you need to return those values, you have to put this value to a array and return into the main program. From the main program, if you want, you can print that value. Okay, I'll do that one later once I do the arrays part. Okay, up to here, do you have any issues? Shall we move to the today's part, arrays? If you have any issues, you can ask. Okay, seems to be you don't have any questions. Therefore, I will use I'm going to the today's lab session called arrays. Okay, today I am going to cover the single dimensional arrays, and the next week I am going to cover the multi-dimensional arrays. Okay, what does it mean by single dimension? Okay, single or multi or whatever the one, what does it mean by an array in any language? C language or Java or Python, whatever the one, what does it mean by an array? Okay, before going to that one, did you cover the arrays in the lecture? Yes or no? Do I need to explain that part? Did you cover the arrays part in the lecture? Theoretical part?
No.
Still no. Okay, then I will give you the brief idea. What does it mean by an array? Don't worry, if you don't understand, you will be learn those things in the lecture also. Okay, now consider a situation where we need to store several integer numbers. Okay, let's say we need to store 5 integer numbers. Okay, if we use programming simple variables and data types concept, then we need the 5 variables of integer data type. Okay, for an example, if you need 5 integer data types, you need int n1, n2, n3, n4, and n5. Okay, after that, if you need to store the values, you can use n1 is 7, n2 is 78, n3 is -5, n4 is 26, n5 is what you call, let's say 0. Okay, likewise, so if you need this kind of one, you have to do this kind of one. So this was the example that you need to store this kind of numbers. Okay, suppose that there is a situation available, we need to just store 1,000 numbers. Okay, or the 5,000. We have to store huge numbers in the memory in order to do a particular calculation. Suppose that 100 numbers, 1,000 numbers, then do we need to declare 1,000 variables? That means 5,000 or 100 or such kind of bigger variables are you going to declare? No. So there should be a solution. Okay, suppose that we need to find the average of 100 students. Okay, marks of the 100 students. Suppose that now take the your batch, that your batch, let's say there are batch 21, there are I think about 450 students. Okay, suppose that all the 450 students, there is a programming fundamentals marks available. We need to calculate the average marks. Then we need to store the marks of all the 450 students. After that, we need to calculate. So it is not possible to store 450 marks in different variables, different 450 variables. Okay, there should be a mechanism to handle such a situation. Okay, to handle such a situation, almost all programming language provide a concept called array. Okay, and array is a data structure. Okay, which can store a fixed size collection of elements of the same data type. Okay, that means if you need to store this kind of 5 integer numbers, you can just declare an array called int number. After that, you have to put the open and closing the square braces, and you have to put how many variables you require. According to this example, you need 5 variables. Then you can put 5 here. Okay. Suppose that there is a situation that batch 21 students, we need to store the marks of 150 students. Then we can declare an array called int. Since it is marks, let's say the variable name as marks, that means array name as marks. Then you have to put the size within the square braces. Okay, now how many students are available? 450 students. Then 450 here. Okay, this is how you declare an array. It is not required to declare that declare int student 1, student 2, student 3, likewise, student 140. Okay, this is not a convenient way. This is the way you can declare and store marks of 150 students. Okay, now how to store this kind of marks, 150 marks? What is the way of storing that mark? If you need to store this kind of one, that means number 5 and 150, and there was a question. So if we don't know the array size, okay, that actually, if you don't know the array size, there is another data structure called linked list. Okay, you have to go for that kind of data structure. So there is a limitation available. That who is that GAMAGAP LPG? There is a limitation. You must initially know what is the array size. Otherwise, you can't declare an array. You have to provide what is the actual size of the array at the declaration. Initially, if you don't know how many sizes, how many students are there, then this array data structure is not possible. There is another data structure, that means there is no inbuilt data structure. You have to provide, you have to write a custom data structure called linked list. Okay, we will cover those things later. Suppose that if you use this array concept, initially you must know the size of the array. Okay, did you understand this one, GAMAGAP LPG? Or do you need more clarification? Okay. Then you know this kind of one. Now how to access this 150 variables? It looks like 150 variables. No, you can access this one as marks. If you want to access the first location, it is start from 0. Mark 0 mean the first location, and the marks first is the second location. Marks 2 is the third location. Likewise, you can go until the marks, since there are 150 variables, if you start from 0, the array stop at 149. Sorry, not the 100, 449. 449. It starts from 0 until 449. There are 450 variables available. Let's take this one. Number, the size is 5. So number 0 is the first variable. Number 1 is the second variable. Number 2 is the third variable. Number 3 is the fourth variable. Number 5 is the fifth. Sorry, number 4 is the fifth variable. This is the first variable, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, remember that always the last value is equal to the whatever the number minus 1, because the array starts from 0. Remember that array does not start from 1, it starts from 0th location. Okay, therefore, if you have 5 integer values, it will be end at 4. If you have 10 integer values, it will be end at 9. If you have 65 integer values, it will be end at 64. Okay, therefore, keep those things in your mind. Okay, let's go to the example. I will erase this part. Okay, let's declare number, and here you have to provide the size. Example size is 5. Then how to assign the values? Then you can use number first location. First location means 0th location. It is the first location. Let's say you want to assign the number as 67 integer value. Then number second location. Second location means actually it is the first location. It is 56. then number, location number 2, that means actually this third location, let's say 6. Then number, location number 3, let's say -9. Let's say number 4th location, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 8. Okay, this is how you can access the values, store the values. Now, suppose that you want to print those values, printf, let's say array location 6 equal %d, sorry, not the 6, let's say 2, array location 2 is equal, here you can use that number second location. Okay, now you can run this program and check the values. Here, array location 2. So number 2 location, 2 means this one, it is 6. The value is 6. Therefore, it assigned the value as 6. Let's suppose you want to take the array third location, that is -9. Array number 3, when you print, it is -9. Suppose that you want to access the 0th location, it is 67. It is 67. Suppose that you are trying to access the array out of bound location. You know, if the size is 5, the numbers start from 0 to 4. Okay, that 5th location is not available. Try to get the 5th location. You can see it will be print as 0. That means there is no such a value available. Okay, but in the C program, it's print as 0. But sometimes in the other language, Java, it will be thrown an exception. Call that it is array out of bound. You cannot access. Okay, since this is C language, you can access because C use the several memory location, but the C5th location is 0. There is no any value. Likewise, you can access the 6th location. So value is a particular garbage value. We cannot guarantee whatever the value. 7th location. So this kind of one, because the values are only available from 1 to 4. 5th and onwards, we don't know what are the values in that array because we have declared up to 5. Okay. And there is another way of assigning that rather than assigning this way, I comment this line. You can assign this value int number 5 is equal within curly braces. You can assign this value. That means 67, 56, 6, -9, 8. Okay, this is also possible when you run this program. You have to think this garbage value because I am accessing the 7th location. Let's say I want to access 3rd location. The 3rd location is -9. What is the 3rd location? This is 0th location. This is 1st location. This is 2nd location. This is the 3rd location. It is -9. Likewise, let's say we want to access the 1st location. 1st location is, it is 56. That means this is the 0th location. This is the 1st location. Okay, and remember that when you are assigning when you are declaring the variable, when you are declaring the array, initially you have to provide the size. Okay, but when you are providing in this way, you know how many numbers are there. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in such a situation, you can erase this one because from these numbers, it can identify the array size. At the declaration time, you assign the numbers. Here you have 5 numbers. Therefore, automatically array size will be determined as 5. Okay, therefore, if you are declaring the numbers at the same line, so if you initialize the values at the same line of the declaration, the array size is optional because it can be automatically identified by the compiler. Okay. If you want, you can put the number also as 5. And remember that you can't do this line in a 2 ways. That means first you declare this one. Okay. After that, you try to put that number is equal this way. Number is equal. This is not possible. Okay. After you declare, if you want to assign, you have to access one by one in such a manner. In this way, you have to access 0th location. This is not possible. This is only possible with the same line, the declaration and the initialization. That means here, this is possible. If you change the values, you can change that value also. After you assign 67, you can put 0th value is not the 67, change it to the 70. Then it will be changed. Then what happened? The 0th location is 70. You assign as 67, but however, later on you have changed that value. Okay, any questions up to here? So this is the basic concept of an array, initializing, declaring and initializing of the array. Okay, remember that when you are storing the array, so actually arrays are treated as pointers. I think you have some idea of what does it mean by a pointer. Okay, you know there are memory locations available. Okay, let's say these are the memory locations. Okay, let's say this is AB1, this is AB2, AB3, AB4, AB5 likewise. Yeah, I think other than AB, I think it's better you rename it in a different way. Okay, I will rename this one as integer number. Let's say this is memory location is 1000. This is 1001. This is 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009. Likewise, the memory locations declare. Okay, now when you are declaring this kind of array number, when you are declaring it as 5, the consecutive memory locations will be declared. Initially, it's take number as, let's say 1000, it declare number as 1000, memory location is 1000. Okay, since this is integer value, okay, you know integer required 4 bytes. Usually each memory location is equal to 1 byte. Okay, since the integer required 4 bytes to hold the 67 first location, you need the consecutive 4 bytes. That means this is the first location. This is equal the number 0th location. Okay, 4 bytes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next 4 bytes declared for the number first location. Next 4 bytes for the number second location. Likewise, it will assign the memory locations. Okay, if you want to save that 67 or 70, first consecutive 4 bytes has been reserved. But the variable number is taken the first memory address, 1000. Okay. And since this has 5, each integer has 4 bytes. There are 5 integers, 4 into 5, the 20 consecutive memory allocations has been allocated. Okay, now I think you guys can understand. So each integer has 4 bytes. There are 5 integers, 4 into 5, 20 memory locations, consecutive memory locations is now allocated for the number. But you cannot hold all the consecutive 20 memory locations. That means start from 1000. Suppose that this is the last one, 1090. You know, consecutive 20 memory locations it required 4 into 5. Start from 1000 and 1090. Okay. So since this is 5 and since the size is 4 for the integer value, it can calculate 5 into 4 is 20. If the start number is 1000, it can identify the end is 1019. Computer automatically identify the array starting point is 1000, then the ending point is 1019. Okay, since this variable cannot hold all the memory locations here, it hold only the first memory location and calculate how many consecutive memory locations are available. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් දැන් මේ number කියන variable එකේ මේක වැඩ කරන්නේ point එකක් හැටියට. Although there is no any star available, this is a pointer. It is act as a pointer. Okay, you know, pointers can hold only the memory address. Okay, since this is a memory address, it hold only the first memory address. Since this is an array, you have to allocate 20 memory addresses, no? But it number is hold only the first memory address, and it can calculate what is the last memory address is 1019, because 4 into 5 is 20. Start from 1000, the last location should be 1019. Okay. Now I think you guys has some kind of idea how does an array works. Remember that array works as a pointer, not a variable. Okay, that means this number works as a pointer. Okay, now let's move to the next part. Determine the size of an array. Okay, now here look, by looking at this one, you know the size of the array is 5. Okay, suppose that you don't know what is the size of the array. The size of the array can be calculated by this kind of size of function. Okay, if the array size is 5, the size can be calculated size of ARR. Size of ARR is 20. You know that, we know that you can printf that one, printf. Say array size equal %d/n. You can use size of number. Okay, now print that value. Here size of number is 20. Why? I told you in the previous example. Integer has 4 bytes. There are 5 integers. 4 into 5 is 20. So 20 consecutive memory locations has been allocated, but the first memory location is taken to the number. Okay, now here size of function give you the size as 20, but you know the size is 5. The memory location means there are 20 memory locations. Then what you have to do? Then if you want to get the, let's say declare a variable called x is equal int x is equal size of number, and print that number to here. So print that x variable is here. Okay, same output should be there. Okay, size is 20. Okay, what is the integer size? Okay, you can declare integer size as int y is equal size of int, integer size. Then print that integer size. Int size is y. Okay, you know integer size is always 4 bytes. Okay, int size is 4. Then how to declare the how to determine the 5? 5 can be determined using 20 divided by 4. That means x divided by y. Okay, that means actually this is not the array size. This is the array memory size. Array memory size is 50, integer size is 4, then array size is, let's say int z is the array size equal x divided by y. Okay, then printf array size equal %d/n. Here you can use what they call z variable. Okay, array size is 5. Okay, you can determine the array size by using the size of the array divided by size of the integer. Okay, therefore I can rewrite this one in a simple way. Let's say int, let's say size is equal size of number divided by size of let's take this one is length. Otherwise, you will be confused with the size of and the size. Put this one as length. Length is equal size of number divided by size of int. Okay, then the length is equal, that means array size is equal, it is length. Okay, array size is now 5. Okay, you can take that, let's say this is double array. Then how to do that one? Now what happened? Array size is 10. What happened 10? Because you divide it from the integer. What is the size of the double? Printf double size is equal size of double. You know that sorry, %d/n size of double is 8. Okay, then 8 into 5 is 40. Okay, now size of number is then 40. 40 divided by int mean int is 4. 40 divided by 4 is the 10. So it is incorrect. Now you have to divide it by double. Size of double. Then again you can take the length is again 5. Okay, always the size of the array divided by size of the data type. Okay, so here if it is int, this should be int. If it is double, this should be double. If it is float, this should be float. Okay, now it is not required to use this kind of float or double or whatever the one. You can take the size of the first variable. size of the first variable. If it is a double, size of the first variable is 8. If this is int, size of the first variable is 4. Therefore, you can take instead of double, size of number 0th location. Okay. Then you can take this one, the length is 5. Okay. So length can be calculated size of the array divided by some size of the first location. කියන්නේ array එකේ size එක අරගෙන ඒක බෙදනවා array එකේ පළවෙනි එකේ size එකෙන්. අනිත් ඒවාත් ඒ size ම තියෙනවනේ. එතකොට මේක එනවා. You can take this one. So if this is an integer value also, then doesn't matter. It is always 5. Whether it is char or whatever the one, always size of the array divided by size of the first variable. You can use the first variable, second or whatever the one. Here I take the first variable. That means 0th variable. Okay, now, or do you have any questions? So this is the explanation of the size of function. How to get the size of the array using the size of function. Any questions up to here? Shall we move to the next part? Okay, important. Do not use the size of function for arrays in the function parameters. So if you have an array in the function parameter, you can't use the size of function for the array functions parameters. So functions parameters if it is an array. Okay, what happens if you do this kind of one? Take this example. So I copy this one and paste it here. Okay, now this is the main function and this is another function. The function name is fun. The parameter is integer type array. Okay, here we don't know what is the size. Whatever the size passed to the main program, this is the function parameter. Okay, now suppose that we need to print the values. Okay, suppose that this is not a function, so we need to print the values. Okay, then what you can do, I cut this one and paste it here. Suppose that there is no such a function, I need to print the values. Okay, array values is this one. We calculate the size using size of the array divided by size of the first element. And write a for loop, start from 0 and until the size. Okay, less than the size. Do not go until the size because it starts from 0. It goes until the size minus 1. Therefore, less than size is enough. And I++. Okay, now you print those values. So here 14927. So this print as it is. Okay, now suppose that we need to print those values inside the function. Okay, we pass this array to the function as the input parameter, and after that we are going to print that value. Okay, how to do this one? We can use this kind of function. Okay, void function, and we need an array. After that, so whatever the code, I cut and paste here. Okay, now the array is available here. Now the size is equal, size of the array is equal size of the my array, size of this array divided by size of the first element. Okay, then I am going to print the values one by one. Okay, let's see what happened. So I need the function prototype also. And here I call my function. Okay, now run this program. Here it print only 4 and 7. Okay, you can see output is 4 and 7. What happened? Because there are 5 integers, it just print 4 and 7. So just print this size, printf size of the array equal %d/n. So here the size variable available. Now print that size variable and see what happened. What is the size? Size is 2. How it's 2? It should be 5. No? There are 5 elements. Why it is size is 2? Okay, check that size of integer value, size, let's say size of this one. Size of this one is equal this one. Now print that what is the value of this one. So mute your mic, speak. Okay, now print that value. So what happened here? Printf %d. Okay, size of this one is 4. That means size of array 0th location is. So let's put this one array. You know, array 0th location, it is an integer value, it is 4. Yes, it is correct. Now use that size of array. It should be 20. No, size of the array should be 20 because there are 5 elements. 5 into 4, 20. So this should print 20. Okay, try to do this kind of one. What happened when you are printing this one? Is it 20 or any other value? Size of the array. It is 8. Why it is 8? It should be 20. No, previously it print in the 20 in the main function. But when you come to the function, it print 8. So what is the problem? Okay, remember that there is an issue. What is the issue is when the method fun is passed as the parameter myArray, this one, when it is passed this one, it attempts to determine its size using the size of operator. It's thrown an error. It tried to take the size of the function here. Okay, what is the error? Array parameters in C, okay, are addressed like pointers. I told you arrays works as a pointer. Therefore, when you pass this array to the here, this is automatically become a pointer. That means if it is a pointer, you know, when you are calling the function, there are 2 mechanisms available calling the function. If you don't know, you can go to the previous one. What are the 2 mechanisms? Call by value and call by reference. Okay. Here, since this is a pointer, when you are calling, arrays always call by point by reference, not the point by value. Arrays you cannot call by value. It is always called by reference. That means what happened? So when you are using the call by reference, instead of passing this entire array, it passed this memory address 1000 to the here. It passed this 1000. Therefore, what happened? When you are passing this one, this is a memory address. Actually, this is a pointer. Okay, this is a pointer. Okay, now you are taking the size of a pointer. Okay, remember that pointer holds a memory address, whether whatever the pointer is integer or double or float or whatever the one, always pointer required 8 bytes. Pointer එකක් හැමතිස්සම bytes 8ක් අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා memory address එක දාන්න. මොකද ඒක hexadecimal දිග memory address එකක් තියෙන්නේ. bits කියන්නේ මේ bytes 8ක් ඕන එක store කරගන්න. So whatever the pointer, it required 8 bytes. Therefore, the size of the array is a pointer. It is 8 bytes. Okay, you can print that one. Let's comment this line and comment this line also. Let's printf size of a pointer. %d/n. You can use size of int star. Int star mean it is a pointer, integer pointer. Okay, integer pointer, you can see size is 8. Okay, if it is an integer value, you know it is size is 4. If it is just integer value, you know it is size is 4. If it is a pointer, that means if you use a star, that means it is a pointer, then the size is 8. Okay, let's say char. If it is a char, you know the size is 1 byte. Okay, size is 1. If it is a pointer, char pointer, okay, always it is 8. Double pointer. Pointer is holding the memory address. Always it is 8 because it required 8 bytes to store a memory address. Okay, therefore, regardless of the array size, the size of my array returns the 8 always. මේක කරපුවම හැමතිස්සම මේක මොකක් වුණත් කොච්චර size තිබ්බත් මෙතන එන්නේ 8 විතරයි. මොකද memory address එකක් store කරන්න bytes 8යි ඕන. It gives you the answer as 8. Okay, size of the array is 4. That means, sorry, size of the first location is 4. It is because it is integer type. It is 4. 8 divided by 4, according to this example, is 2. Therefore, size is 2. It print only 2 values. Therefore, the function only run twice. Okay, if it is an double values, then it will be changed. Okay, double value mean here is 8. 8 divided by 8, 1. Then if it is a double variable, then it runs only 1. Double දැම්මනම් මේක විතරයි print වෙන්නේ. char දැම්මනම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? char දැම්ම මෙතන එන එකයිනේ. 8 බෙදීම 1 කියන්නේ 8ක්. එහෙම 8 බාරක් print වෙනවා. If it is char, it will try to print 8 times. Okay, now remember that always the size of my array, it is a pointer, therefore it returns 8 bytes. Okay, because the size of my array is equal to the size of integer, because it is integer array, which is 8 bytes since the pointer, since it is a pointer, and the pointers occupy 8 bytes. Regardless of the data type, always pointers occupy 8 as the memory 8 bytes for the 8 bytes from the memory. Okay, and the int is 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So that is the problem. We cannot determine the size. Okay, as a result of the size of function cannot be used to determine the total number of items in the arrays in the function parameter. You can use it inside the function, but if it is a function parameter, you can't use. Function එක ඇතුළේ declare කරගත්තා නම් පුළුවන්. දැන් මේ කලින් මේ main එක declare කරගත්තේ. main එක ඇතුළේ declare කරගත්තා නම් හරි. ඒ වගේම function එක ඇතුළේ declare කරගත්තත් ඒත් කමන්නේ. parameter එකක් වශයෙන් ආවොත් මේකෙන් අපිට size එක ගන්න බෑ. If it is passed as a parameter, then you cannot use this size of function. If you declare this my array inside here, then you can use this size of function. It works. But as a function parameter, you can't do that one. Okay, therefore, to resolve this issue, the array size must be passed as a separate parameter or separate argument to the function. Okay, that means not only the array, the size of the array also you have to pass, because we cannot determine the size of the array inside the function, because always size of the array is 8. Therefore, we cannot calculate that one. Therefore, size of the array should pass as a separate parameter. Then you can use this size and print that value. So how to do that one? I can copy this one and paste it here. Okay, now pass this one as a separate parameter. Here when you are calling, pass the my array and pass the size as a 5. Okay, here you can use the size of the my array divided by size of int. That is also possible. Here I hard code that value. Then the 5 pass it to here. Then you can print the values one by one. Okay, any questions up to here? Okay, now the exercises. Any questions up to here? Shall we do some 1 or 2 exercises? Then you can do the rest of, there are 7 exercises available. What is the time now? It is 2:25. Okay, I have about 40 minutes remaining. Sorry, not the 40, I think about 50 minutes remaining. Any questions regarding this arrays and the functions? Shall we move to the questions? Okay, take the first one. Write a C program to input n integer numbers to an array and find the highest number among them. Then user need to input the numbers. You have to store those numbers in an array. N integer numbers to an array, and after that find the highest number among them. Okay, first of all, you have to get the inputs. Okay, since if you want, you can put it to a different function. So here I do not use the function. Here I use the main function. Write a C program to input integer numbers to an array and find the highest. Okay, initially you must ask from the user how many numbers you wish to enter, because I told you there is a limitation available in the arrays. Initially you have to provide the array size. User cannot enter whatever the numbers he like. Initially user have to tell how many numbers he is going to enter. Okay, if you are using array, then ask the user how many numbers you wish to enter. Okay, then declare the variable size, so whatever the one, array size. Then scanf function, percentage d and size. Okay, now you put that value to the size function, size variable. Array size is now whatever the user entered value. Okay, suppose that user enter 5, then you have to declare an array of 5 elements. Okay, so since this is integer numbers, I am going to create an array of integer. Let's say numbers. Okay, you know size is user entered value. If user enter 5, then size should be 5. If user enter 4, then size should be 4. If user enter 10, then size should be 10. However, whatever the user entered value is in the size variable, therefore you have to put size. Okay, now what you can do, you have to take the integer numbers one by one. Okay, you have to find the highest number. You have to take the integer numbers one by one. So what you can do, you can ask a for loop for int I equals 0, I less than, how many times you have to run? If the size is 5, you have to run 5 times. If the size is 10, you have to run 10 times. Okay, 10 times means 0 to 9. Okay, if the size is 20, 0 to 90. So likewise, I less than or equal size minus 1. After that, I plus plus. Okay, because the I start from 0, you have to end at size minus 1. Okay, therefore you can use the I less than or equal size minus 1 or I less than size not equal. That is also correct. Less than size. Do not go until the size. You have to stop the less than size. Okay, that means if the size is 10, stop at 9, less than 10. Okay, then ask user to enter number one by one. Then take printf, enter number 1. Likewise, enter number 1. Okay, now here you cannot hard code the number 1 or whatever the one. So therefore, we can use %d and pass it as a parameter I. Since the I is 0, it print enter number 0. So since the numbers are start from 1 and 2 onwards, no, therefore we can use the I plus 1. Otherwise, it print the number 0, number 1, number 2, likewise. Here I print the number 1. Then you can use the scanf function. Scanf function and %d and user entered value to the end numbers 0th location. If the I is 0, it should be assigned in the 0th location. If the I is 1, you have to assign in the first location. If the I is 2, you have to assign in the second location. Therefore, what we have to do, instead of 1, 2, 3, we can put the I to the here. And remember that, so there is an important thing you need to remember. I told you array is a pointer. Okay, since this is a pointer, the %% is optional. Okay, why we put the %? You know, in the previous lab session. So when you use the call by reference, here we use the, when you use a sub function, here we use the and y. Why and y? Because this is a pointer. This is a pointer, and x and y. You have to pass the memory address. That is why we use the and. And % give you the memory address of the particular location. Okay. Therefore, from here also, we have to use the memory address. But remember that this is also a pointer, because now integer numbers, when you come to this kind of one, you know the number is 1000. Here the numbers is 1000. It is a memory address. Okay, then do you need to take the and % again? No, it is not required. Okay, that is not required. It is optional. If you use the numbers also, that means 0th location memory address. It's give you the 0th location memory address, because array locations, when you access it, always they are what you call yeah, let's see. I think this is not required. Since this is integer, we can use it that way. Okay, now what we can okay, first we put the and sign. Let's put the and sign, then the memory location. Okay, when we take the memory locations, values 1 by 1. After that, what we have to do, let's say before taking the highest number, shall we print the whatever the user entered values? For int I equals 0, I less than size I plus plus, then printf %t space numbers I location. Okay, now run this program and check whether what are the numbers. How many numbers you wish to enter? Let's say 3. Enter number 1, 67. Enter number 2, 34. Enter number 3, 8. 67, 34, and 8. And just remove this and sign. Let's say 3 numbers. Enter number 1, 45. Yeah. So since this is a what do you call, since you are accessing the array, this kind of one, Therefore, we have to use the and sign here. But because I forget to mention, because you are accessing an array element, no? When you are accessing this element, the and sign is required. But if you are accessing the whole array, and is optional. Okay, that means when you are assigning these numbers, numbers mean it is what you call, if it is numbers, it is equal to the array first location. That means by default, the numbers variable is equal to the first location of the array. That means if you need to access the first location, you can assign it to the here. For an example, let's say you have one number, 67, the value is 67. It is not required to use this kind of 0 or I. Okay, then that means okay, I will show you it in this way, otherwise we will get confused. No, what I want to tell you is, I put it in the comment. That means numbers location is equal and numbers I location. So remember that in your mind. That means numbers mean the entire, that means it is referring to the entire array, numbers. And so that means, sorry, zeroth location, sorry, that zeroth location is referenced in the only the first location. Remember that always I told you what is the first location. According to this example, the first location is 1000. So that what do you call that? This is the number. No? Number is holding 1000. The first location, that means number zeroth location. Zeroth location means this one. This is the zeroth location. Zeroth location is 1000. Number first location. What is the first location? First location means this is the zeroth location. You know the zeroth location, there are 1000, 1001, 1002, and 1003. There are 3 memory locations available, but hold only the first location. Now, zeroth එකේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? Memory location 4ක් තියෙනවා. තිබ්බට පළවෙනි එක විතරයි save කරගන්න. යාට පුළුවන් තව 4ක් තියෙනවලු හොයාගන්න මොකද integer. Since this is a zeroth location, it can hold only the first location memory address, and it can calculate there are consecutive 4 memory locations available. Okay, array first location is this one. It is start from here, 1004. Okay, array second location, this is one. It start from 1008. Okay, and the number is by default it is 1000. Here you can see number is also 1000, number 0 also 1000. Okay, how to get this 1000? You can use AND sign. If you take the AND number 1 and number 0, that means it will give you the memory location. How to calculate the memory location? By using the 1000. Sorry, by using the AND. AND mean 1000. Now this is 1000. So here, AND number 1 is 1000, and number 0 is 1000, and number 1 is 1004, and number 2 is 1008. This is 1008. Okay, number is a memory address. Number is the whole entire array. It is the memory address holding 1000. Here you can see this is also 1000, this is also 1000. That means number is equal and number 1. Sorry, not the 1, and number 0. By default, they are equal. That is why I want to tell you, but don't worry, you will be learn those things when you come to the pointers. At this moment, remember that this is how the memories are allocated. How does the pointers work? Okay, since you are accessing this location, this and sign is must, but if you are accessing only the what do you call array, the and is optional. You can use the numbers. Okay, now here I take the I variable, take the values one by one and print the values. $56, 7, so not the 56, then I need to enter the, let's say 4 numbers, 45, 9, 3, and 7. Okay, 45, 9, 3, 7, it can be printed. Okay, but the question now, not to print that one, you have to calculate the highest number. Okay, highest number. You have to declare a variable to hold the highest number. Let's say max. Okay, what is the max number? Initially, we think if you have 10 integers in the array, suppose the array size is 10, suppose that first one, that means numbers, first location, that means 0th location, is initially that is the maximum value. Think that initially first value is the maximum, then compare it with the second and onwards. Okay, then I start from 1. 0th location value is in the max. I start from 1 until the size, and here do not print that value. Instead, what you can do, you can check if the what do you call numbers I location, I mean first location, according to this example, is greater than the maximum value. If the numbers I location, that means first location, greater than the maximum value, then that should be the maximum value. Then the max should be the numbers I location. Otherwise, the else part, nothing to do. That means if it is equal or less than, that is not the max, then you can ignore and go to the next iteration. Okay, now when you know when the for loop is finished, you have the max number in this variable. Then you can printf the max number is %d/n max. Okay, any questions up to here? Shall we print this value? So shall we run this program? Let's say 5 numbers, 45, 6, 98, 12, and 0. Okay, max is 98. You know, the max number is 98. Okay, any questions up to here? Shall we move to the second question? The second one is also write a C program to store the numbers in the array and find the smallest number. Okay, it is same. So what you can do, declare this kind of one minimum value, same one. Initially think the 0th location is the minimum value. Okay, then what you have to do, you have to check whether these numbers I location, that means the first location is less than the minimum value. Then if it is less than, then minimum value is this value. After that, you can use the min is here, minimum value. So in this one, okay, mute your mic if you are not wish to speak. How many numbers you want to enter? Let's say 4 numbers, 6, 9, 12, 8. Minimum number is 6 because 6 is the minimum number. Try to run this one again. Let's say 5 numbers: 45, 9, 67, 23, 7. Then 7 is the minimum number. Okay, any questions up to here? Okay, now the question number 3, write a C program to input the ages of 10 students to an array and count the number of students who have between the age 17 to 19, inclusive of 17 and 19. That means with the 17 and 19, how many students are available? Okay, likewise, there are 7 questions available. I am not going to do this one today. You have to try this one. Okay, I will upload. I will create a link to upload. Okay, today is October 18th. Let's say October 22nd. Okay, you have 4 days available. So since you have only 7 questions to be done. Okay, and this is the end of the lab session. Do you have any questions? I think we have another half an hour remaining. Any questions up to here? If you don't have any questions, I can conclude the lab session. No questions. Okay, seems to be you don't have any question. Therefore, I conclude the lab session. Thank you for the participation.